ठीक है, वो व्यू है ना टेहरी डैम का व्यू।
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We are currently exploring the Shivalik Ranges, but before I get into the Shivalik part of it, I was already down with a little bit of fever when I started my trip back from Kerala. So we started our trip by visiting Rishikesh, which turned out to be a beautiful experience. The people were great, the food was great, and the overall place was extremely clean. And then we thought, hey, you know what? Let's step up and go 6,500 feet above sea level. So we ended up in Missouri. We also got to experience the famous Sheduk Chopaling Temple, which was a very pretty place to be at, and the sceneries were absolutely beautiful. Now, as we know, when we go to the doctor for a fever, they say do climb more mountains, and that is exactly what I did. So I visited Kujapuri, that is at around 1,600 meters above sea level. The place was my absolute definition of peace. A voice in my head said that I need a motorcycle to check out the beginner level Himalayas, that is the Shivalik Range. However, my fever rose to 102 degrees at night, and from the looks of it, I did not think I could move a muscle the next day.
Hello. So today I'm on the Royal Enfield Himalayan. This is the very first time I'm riding a Royal Enfield Himalayan. So I'm excited to see how the bike is. I rode it for like 3 to 7 kilometers, I believe. And so far, it's like sofa on wheels. It's so comfortable. I'm heading to a dam. I'll tell you the name of the place there.
So yeah, I know that by the end of this trip, my health will be absolutely fucked, but I guess it's worth it because the place is so beautiful. I mean, based on what I read on the previous day, apparently the Shivalik Range is pretty much the baby Himalayas as when compared to the sheer size of the greater Himalayas. And I should not even call it a baby because this thing apparently stretches out to about like 2,400 kilometers, and height-wise I think it's between 1,500 to 2,000 meters. I was absolutely mesmerized by the sheer size and the beauty of the place. I mean, the first thing that I'm noticing is that the place and the air is very clean. I mean, look at the skies. Now, if I negate the color grading I have done on this video, it looks still blue. And the air is clean as fuck. I mean, I had to pass by Delhi to reach here, and when we compare that, this is pure gold. Up ahead, I also started noticing a bit of traffic. But for a person coming from Bengaluru, this is absolutely nothing. However, as I kept moving further, I understood why the traffic was at a standstill and a little bit of fear started creeping in. It was a landslide.
What is it, a landslide or something?
And this might be the very first time I'm seeing a landslide up so close, and it genuinely scared the crap out of me.
So apparently there's been a landslide. I'm just gonna see what is happening.
The curious side of me obviously wanted to take a closer look, and trust me when I say this, nature can be beautiful, but it can also consume you. When I asked the people around, they said that it happened about 2 hours ago. 2 hours. I had literally planned on leaving early, but thankfully my Insta360 did not have enough charge. And I also did not have any clue on when they'll open up the road. And I waited and I waited.
Yeah. So apparently there was a landslide over there that was pretty scary. Oh my god. First time in my life I'm seeing a landslide. This is good. But yeah.
Now, being a Malayali coming from Kerala, my only reference points were the Western Ghats, and those are absolutely old mountains, where the probability of a landslide itself is very less. So when we compare the Himalayas, I think beauty comes from climbing higher. As I climb higher, there is a lot of change because every 100 meters, I feel that the surroundings, the trees, the temperature changes drastically. The Himalayas literally make you feel small, in comparison. When it comes to the Western Ghats, let's take Munnar for example. It is all about the dense forests, the narrow roads, with way fewer landslides as these mountains are extremely old. The Western Ghats make you feel completely lost. It's like you cannot see the Ghats sometimes, you move inside them. The overall experience is more calm, more mature, and way more serene. I think there are a few who argue that whether the Outer Himalayas or the Western Ghats look better, but here's the truth. One is like your Instagram crush, unreal, majestic, and slightly intimidating, but the other is like your real life love. It's messy, it's green, it's comforting, and somehow harder to leave. So we are reaching Tehri Dam. I really can't wait to see how the place is, and I'm so excited because so far the trip was truly amazing. I think I've fallen in love. The only thing is I wish I was feeling better given the fever scenario. But yeah, this trip was absolutely knowledgeable. I learned a lot. The risks involved, the
Tehri Dam View.
नहीं यहाँ से अलाउ नहीं है।
ठीक है, वो व्यू है ना टेहरी डैम का व्यू।
हाँ हाँ
वो व्यू पॉइंट किधर है?
ऊपर है ऊपर।
वो-
आगे से राइट ले लेना।
वो यू टर्न।
हाँ
ठीक है, ओके।
वाह 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 चाचा चाचा
As a Malayali visiting the outer ranges of the Himalayas for the very first time, I have to say, the Himalayas were very forgiving for that day. The landslide, the sheer fear that I carried for the endless kilometers of possible landslides, the majestic mountains, the people around, and in this case, the Himalayan 450. The suspension setup is solid, the rider seat is extremely comfortable, and coming from a Kawasaki background, the only area I felt that it could improve is the engine character. Now, would I buy a Himalayan? Well, if it comes with a 650 parallel twin engine with a 270-degree crank, maybe. If you want to come with me on another adventure where I explored the underrated windmill farms of Penukonda in Andhra Pradesh, do click the pop-out banner above, or you can check out the link in the description. I've also added a route map that I took from Rishikesh to New Tehri Dam down below. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, cheers, bye.